under the right arm, drops in on a beautiful blast double. He gets the takedown, nearly took Willichel to his back. Willichel is now caught underneath here, and under the chin comes Van Ness, and he tightens up here. Here we go, chest to chest, trying to get that left shoulder down is Van Ness. He has Willichel in a world of trouble here near the center of the mat. Van Ness looking for back-to-back falls for the Nittany Lions. He is tightening up here. That left elbow or left shoulder is just off the mat here for Willichel. And now it goes flat, and Van Ness gets the pin. Time of the fall is 4:26 for Shayne Van Ness. Van Ness really working here, trying to crank him over. Van Ness stepping through the legs, and he comes under the chin here, and he's got him turned. And here goes Van Ness. Oh, he's in tight, he got the pin. Shayne Van Ness gets the fall for Penn State. Oh, Van Ness just kept working.
For Indianapolis Catholic High School in Indianapolis, Indiana. Now the bow and arrow here for Van Ness, and he comes up under the arm, and he's going to crank him over. And Van Ness has Seltzer in some trouble here as he readjusts up under the chin. Applying a lot of pressure now is Van Ness. Van Ness settling in on that right shoulder, readjusting, clamping down here is Van Ness. 1:05 remaining in the period. Van Ness flattens him and gets the pin. And Van Ness coming out on that left side now. He has legs in on that left thigh, and he comes under the head now, and here we go, chest to chest. Van Ness gets the pin. 2:49 the time of the pin here for Shayne Van Ness. Cody Sanderson with some instructions, and now Jones is up and out for the escape, and immediately stepping back through and up under the arms comes Van Ness for his second takedown to make it a 6-1 lead. And with 40 seconds to work with, he comes in under the arm, he goes tight, chest to chest, and he gets the pin. His 5th of the season and the 13th of his career. Shayne Van Ness with the fall in 2:25. And getting the leg free is Nene. Both wrestlers near the center. Van Ness snaps down on the head, circles behind. It comes around on the left side for the takedown that will end it. Shayne Van Ness will win it by technical fall, 17-2. Time of the tech fall will be 5:26. As they work from the neutral position, both wrestlers on their feet. Van Ness steps in with a trip drives through. He gets the takedown, and Shayne Van Ness now turns Parko as he works his way up. Parko did not give up any near fall points. Van Ness still working here, trying to crank Parko back to his back. We got no count there. Now we get the count going. He has him on his back. Here goes Van Ness, trying to tighten up. Parko rolls through. Van Ness steps through the legs. Shayne Van Ness is going to tack on 4 near fall points. There's been some history here with Penn State. A blast double by Van Ness. He gets the takedown. Van Ness leads it 16-6. Here comes Van Ness trying to get the bow and arrow. Down to 5 seconds remaining. He's putting some pressure on here. Trying to come under the chin. A dominating win for Shayne Van Ness. He finishes with 138 in riding time advantage. And he wins it 17-6. 9-2 on the board, but it's really 10-2. Van Ness, he shoots it on a double, and he takes Miller right to his back. He popped up in the chest. Here goes Van Ness trying to tighten up. He has Miller in a world of trouble here on the far side. It is going to be a 17-2 technical fall for Shayne Van Ness. Finishes with 2:53 and riding time advantage for the 17-2 technical fall in 7 minutes. Here in the center, it's a 1-1 bout. Winner will give his team the lead. Van Ness shoots in, had the legs for a moment, now he's got the right leg. D'Amelio trying to lean back in on Van Ness. Van Ness holding on to that right leg, working his way up and trying to drive through. D'Amelio now up over the shoulders. Van Ness driving in. No takedown yet. Seated position for D'Amelio. 8 seconds left. Van Ness in deep. Takedown Van Ness. Shayne Van Ness wins it. 4-1. Owen fights him off. Draped out on the right side. Van Ness pulling back in here on the legs. Turning in through the legs here of Owen. Owen still hanging on now to the left ankle. Now Van Ness turning out on the right side, and he comes around here for the takedown, and that will end it. A 16-1 technical fall. Lead is 7-0. 1:40 left to wrestle in the opening period. Messenbrink riding out behind Amaker of Central Michigan. Van Ness on top here to start the second period after Willichel takes bottom. Now Van Ness comes under the right arm. He's trying to take Willichel to his back, and Willichel fight him off. Van Ness readjusting, trying to drive him over. He gets him turned. Van Ness trying to tighten up here. Picking up on the head. Van Ness trying to settle in here, chest to chest. Now reaches back, picking up on the other arm. Van Ness very close here to getting the fall. Cannot quite get it secured yet. And now he does get the pin. Shayne Van Ness gets the fall. Time of the fall will be 4:11 for Van Ness. Giving the wrestlers a fresh start here in the center. 1:52 in riding time advantage now for Kasak. Here comes Van Ness back in on a single leg, and he's trying to step behind. Now he's trying to clamp up under the right arm. He's going to clamp down on the head, and he takes D'Amelio over to his back. D'Amelio rolls through. We get the takedown and 2 near fall points here for Shayne Van Ness. He leads at 11-3. And Shayne Van Ness is going to drive in here on D'Amelio, and he will win a 15-4 major decision for the Nittany Lions to take third at 149. He's now a 2-time All-American and a 2-time third-place finisher. Van Ness wins it 15-4.